So, we're gonna finish this off with live action anime. So I want to talk about live action anime and how I feel about them. I think that not every anime needs to be live action. A lot of not every animated thing in general needs to be live action. For example, any Disney film that doesn't primarily star a human doesn't need to be animated. It doesn't need to. If it doesn't star humans, it doesn't necessarily need to be animated. Lion King didn't go so well. I think there are ways it could have worked based on the Jungle Book movie that was on Netflix called Mowgli, but you know, unfortunately, Lion King didn't work. When it comes to anime, examples of anime I don't think can work in live action are super long anime, because that would require you needing to make a lot of movies, and either you make a lot of movies or you cut a lot of material from the manga and anime to make the movie, to make a limited amount of movies, which would suck. So I think it varies depending on the anime. Like the ones I think could work amazingly are Cowboy Bebop, which is getting a live action series, which I think could be great if they do it right. Samurai Champloo, which is by the same creator as Cowboy Bebop, Shinichiro Watanabe, which we've talked about a lot on this show. I think Samurai Champloo can make an amazing live action show. Berserk, I feel like can make an amazing live action because it's it's basically medieval knights versus demons. And I think that is something that could translate very well to live action. I mean, we've seen something similar of like fantastical creatures versus humans and stuff like that in something like, Lord of the Rings. So I feel like we could definitely see a Berserk live action do really well. And we've talked about it before, even though Dragon Ball Evolution sucks, me and you, Amir, think that Dragon Ball could work in live action. If they go the martial arts route and like the 70s absurdity that they do with those martial arts movies.
Oh, you just reminded me. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, so like I think it could work. The ones that I'm just saying, are there any anime you guys think could work within like the limitations of live action versus animation?
Honestly, I don't think Death Note would be that hard. I don't know why every single Death Note adaptation has been so garbage.
Yeah, I agree.
It's literally the only like unrealistic part, like the biggest unrealistic parts are the Shinigami and the Shinigami realm. Other than that, almost everything is completely doable on like a college student budget. Like you just need to buy like a Death Note and like it would not be that hard. It truly wouldn't. I don't understand why every adaptation feels the need to change everything about it.
Yeah, the thing about that is you're right, and it could have. The biggest problem with that movie was they decided to make it take place in America for no reason whatsoever. It's
Yeah,
not like
that makes no sense.
it's not like Asian actors don't exist, man.
Yeah.
They exist everywhere. Japanese actors exist, guys. Hire them to make these stories about Japanese people. It's not so hard. Like you said, that was one of the biggest changes they made that didn't make any sense. The one that would have worked perfectly is William Dafoe as his name. He goes by Willem Dafoe, but his real first name actually is William. I learned, which is weird. Willem Dafoe as Ryuk was perfect casting. He was.
Oh,
the
I actually
best
agree
part
with
of the
that
movie.
one.
Willem
Yeah.
Dafoe sounded great as Ryuk. He was so good. He low-key actually in real life, low-key kind of looks like Ryuk in the face. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
he does.
No disrespect, man, but he looked like Ryuk a little bit in real life. But yeah,
I want to see Willem Dafoe as Joker, honestly, but
yeah, everybody, people have been watching that for so long. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it's something that he hasn't wanted to do, because I don't know. It feels weird that nobody hasn't approached him about it, right? Why wouldn't they?
I mean, it's definitely not the first time he's played a bizarre character.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much plays someone who's very much kind of like the Marvel equivalent of Green Goblin. Like of Joker and Green Goblin. Green Goblin is similar to Joker in some ways. Also, he might be coming back as Green Goblin in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I heard that too. I don't know how valid that is,
Here's
but
the thing. I honestly forgot how much I liked the Green Goblin as a villain until I was reminded that he might be coming back. Because I feel like even the name Green Goblin hasn't even come to my mind in so long. And he's such a good villain. Like, I low-key forgot about the Green Goblin and Norman Osborn. One of the coolest designs I've ever seen in comics is Norman Osborn as the Red Goblin with the Carnage symbiote. He looks so cool. I'm gonna put a picture up when I edit it. Red Goblin, Norman Osborn is the coolest looking Goblin design I've seen in my opinion. It's really cool. But yeah, before we end, Eric, are there any live anime you could see working in live action? I know One Piece is currently making a live action. In my personal opinion, I think that's one that shouldn't be made in live action and isn't really going to work because one, it's far too long for them to make multiple movies about, and all of the character designs are so absurd that it's going to be weird to do in live action unless you do tons of prosthetics or CGI. That's how I feel about it personally.
Well, some of those points I actually do agree with. Their style, the One Piece style, might actually be a bit tough to try and decipher in live action. I don't think it might be possible, though. It might still be slightly curious to see how that turns out. I mean, I'm not expecting the same level of amazing I'm expecting from One Piece itself, but I'm more or less slightly invested to see just how the first episode will turn out.
Yeah.
I don't entirely know how far into progression they are. I know that there was a leaked footage of the actual the Going Merry, which is their main ship.
Yeah.
So
All right.
that, and there was rumors about some lady who may actually have the casting role for Nami. Not entirely sure how everything will turn out, but the way things are playing out in my head, it sounds like it may work. And even then, I might be I might still be cautious about how it'll actually be. So we'll see. Other than that, I think another anime that would most likely be able to is, I think, for sure, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, like
They definitely have like
literally before
characters
the
involved.
words came out of your mouth, Yu Yu Hakusho popped in my head.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely believable. I believe that. I think what we said, I think with another series, I think could definitely work in the same principle with Yu Yu Hakusho. I think some of the demons could just be
So
done by makeup, and in some occasions done by CG.
so
Especially if it comes to transformations, especially.